Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third class on Shabbat and technology. It was a little hard for me to teach today. I'm a little bit upset. Looking through yesterday's comments, nobody put my favorite color, orange, as their favorite. Looking through some of these responses here, let's see. We had Purple Mountain's Majesty. Like, I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Shira Eliana Avital say green/orange. I apologize. There is an orange reference. I got yellow, dark purple from Brianna, Antonella, Gilas, and Yafa, and Bracha all say black. So black and blue were the most popular. But of course, the correct answer was orange, my beloved Expo color. Okay. So we talked yesterday about the Chazon Ish's opinion. The question was, if you have a continuous current that's flowing and there's no light that is being created, it's not like a light bulb where there's a light being created. So what malacha would that be? Since there's no light, we can't call it havavra. We can't say we're lighting a fire. There's no fire. It's just an invisible flow of electricity going through a current, going through a wire. So the Chazon Ish had this idea that it's bona, that you're building something, you're building something new. And that was his opinion. And he says it's not like a door. You saw my excellent door demonstration. It's not like opening and closing a door because the room is meant to be open and closed. It's equally usable whether the door is opened or closed. But an electrical current, if it's closed, then it's useful. If it's open, then it's not useful. Therefore, it's bona. The Chazon Ish was kind of on his own on this one. The majority of poskim, and we'll start with Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, very strongly disagreed. They felt that it's almost absurd to say that this is bona. You're not building anything, right? And the way that the way Shlomo Zalman Auerbach puts it is, building something means you create something that is permanent to it, right? So when you build a table, right, now you have a table. You had disparate pieces of wood and you put them together, now you have a table. That's building something. You didn't have something permanent, now you do. He said, how can you say that turning on a switch is building something? Because I can turn off the switch and destroy it. So it can't be building if it can be open and closed, built and destroyed so easily. There needs to be some permanence to the thing you're creating for it to be considered bona, for it to be considered building. So therefore, he and pretty much all other poskim of the 1900s felt that this could not be bona. That's not what this is, and that's kind of where that was kind of the conclusion, that according to the majority of opinions, it's not an Isser D'Oraisa to turn on electricity if no light is being created. Now, if you nowadays in the digital world, it's different, right? So, if you turn it on your phone, right? So you are creating light because it lights up, right? Because all sort of lights are being created. So then that could certainly be a question of havara, of lighting a fire. But if you're going to create an electrical current in something that doesn't have any light, so then, according to most opinions, that's not an Isser D'Oraisa. So what is it? Is it mutter or is it something else? So the Beis Yitzchak, who lived, if I can find it, in the late 1800s and into the 1900s. So his last name was Shmelkis, a good Jewish last name. Rabbi, here, you get it for you in a second. Rabbi Yitzchak Shmelkis, I believe. Okay. I think it's Rabbi Yitzchak Shmelkis. So he was of the opinion. Oh, wait, here it is. Come on, Rabbi Shmelkis. Yeah, Rabbi Yitzchak Shmelkis. He lived from 1828 to 1906. And he wrote a Shiloh to Tshuvot, question and answers, called the Beis Yitzchak. He thinks that it's something called molid. Okay? Molid is an Isser D'Rabbanan. Molid is when you create something that isn't really a malacha, but you're creating something new. So it's become an Isser D'Rabbanan of Molid. Molid means like Nolad, like you're creating something new. So the example that Gemara brings is, let's say you have a blanket or a piece of clothing that you want to smell nice, and let's say you had incense, that smelled nice, that was lighting in your home, and you had the incense right next to this blanket or garment or scarf or something, so that the garment became infused with the smell. So that's Asur D'Rabbanan. You're not doing anything wrong per se. Having the odors being absorbed within the garment. So what did you do? You didn't create something, but you did create a nice smelling garment. You in some way changed the garment. That's molid. Others bring an example of crushing snow. If you would crush snow into water to create water, so that would be an Isser D'Rabbanan of molid. What malacha is crushing snow? Nothing. But the fact that you're taking snow, crushing it, and making it into water, so that could be an Isser D'Rabbanan of molid. So there's a few examples out there where this applies. And the Beis Yitzchak says that's what the Isser D'Rabbanan is. It's molid. You're creating something new. There's something that doesn't feel right about it, right? Even if we can't pin down a particular malacha for electricity, to say that I'm gonna turn on a switch and now, or plug in a refrigerator and now it's gonna work, to say that nothing has happened here when it comes to Shabbos is hard to imagine. So they think it's an Isser D'Rabbanan of molid because you created something. It's just not any particular malacha. So because all you're really doing, like we said, is just creating this flow of electrons. So therefore, it's an Isser D'Rabbanan, and that seems to be the opinion of Avad Yosef. Says very clearly in one of his chuvos that it is Asur D'Rabbanan. So that's kind of where the majority lies. Anytime you don't create light with, and certainly if you don't create an incandescent light, you have an Isser D'Rabbanan. That's very, very, very relevant. And on class on Monday, hopefully I'll be back on Monday, we'll get into why it matters so much if it's Asur D'Rabbanan. We've talked about some of these issues earlier in the year, but we're going to really pin it down and make sure that we see that it's actually a huge difference when it comes to Shabbat, whether it's Asur D'Rabbanan. The key point here is, according to the vast majority of opinions, turning on electricity that doesn't create light would only be Asur D'Rabbanan. All right, everyone, have a great day. Have a great Shabbos, and hopefully I will see you on Monday. Bye.